If you're a beginner, please ignore this. Mostly just train, find a plan online, train as hard as you possibly can. Thank you so much. Intermediates, please stay. Advanced people, thank you for your service. Volume versus intensity, what's more important, what's not important, how to figure it out, and how to find the right approach for yourself. Let's do this. It's 2025, man. Come on. Let's spend time actually growing rather than spending time on a calculator. And if you've got like these 10, 20 tabs open on your Google browser right now, trying to figure out how many sets or reps you should be doing, just hold them there. If you're watching a video right now, if you're Israeling your way through this as well, just pause those videos. Watch this first, all right? Just give it a go. What do you have to lose, okay? About 10 minutes or so? Come on, man. You've already spent months and years doing this. Let's figure this out. First of all, the problem, okay? The problem is loads of people online that you would see or in person that you speak to or the programs that you're searching, they're all chucking random numbers at you in terms of how many sets you should be doing, okay? I'm not pointing at anyone specifically, but obviously they need to give you some sort of recommendation to do. They can't just say figure it out yourself. So they're giving you a set amount that you're doing, that's fine. However, you brain boxers, unfortunately, and me for a long time as well, we went into the gym, we'd do the sets, and then we'd say, oh, you know what, I need another one. So you do, I need another variation because I'm not getting growth. So over time, you find yourself in the 20, even 30 sets per muscle group per week range because you're trying to get more and more growth. Here's the problem, okay? Where do you go from there? When the adaptations have happened with that much effort and that volume in terms of how many sets you're doing, where do you go from there? Do you see yourself in the next 5 years doing, let's say 300 sets now? Because something needs to give, okay? So what I'm trying to say is the case that I'm putting towards is that up your intensity from the start. Not Mike Mensa style where one set all done. What I'm saying is make sure your effort is high first and let the volume be like a side effect. So volume will, the set amount will be a side effect sort of situation where if you're training hard enough, the sets will dictate themselves. And therein lies the method, okay? This is the system, okay? So don't switch off, this is the method. Now, to understand that as well, what is the main driver? Okay, we can't say volume is the main driver of hypertrophy because we've just spoken about it now. Where's the line? You can't be doing unlimited sets. The actual driver of hypertrophy, you guys are probably already aware of this, is mechanical tension. The best way, in my opinion, to apply mechanical tension is to stress the muscle hard with as much effort as you possibly can. And if there's some more in your tank, give it another set. Well, it's fine. But how do you figure out what that threshold is for you? Let's do it. First of all, obviously you need a training program. Get someone to make your program or make it yourself. But what I would suggest, right, just do 4 to 5 exercises to start with per session. Keep your quality high. Let's just strip everything, all the bullshit you've got about like sort of training your stabilizer muscles, whatever that is. Or anything that you've got like extra going on, myo reps, fucking drop sets, cut everything, okay? Just focus on hard work and pick 4 to 5 exercises for your major body parts. Now, example 1, I'm just gonna pick barbell row, okay? Don't worry about the sets and reps just yet. Just go in and say, I'm going to train every exercise as hard as I possibly can. Obviously, have the exercises in the right order according to what you're doing in the training plan. So let's say you're starting with a barbell row. Set 1 and you prescribed yourself 8 reps. Let's just say 8 reps. Set 1, you get about 8. Set 2, you get about 7. And set 3, you got about 3. I'm just giving an example. Most likely, if you truly train hard enough, it'll probably look something like 8, 6, probably even 3. So you're looking at 8, 6, and 3. That's when you know, like, you know what? I trained as hard as I possibly could because obviously it's individual. This volume is individual. I trained as hard as I could, and last set I only got 2. Now, here's the call you need to make if you don't want to sort of burn out too quickly. What I would suggest on a scenario, if someone presented that to me, I would say, well, just only do 2 sets. You got 8, 6. Get that 6 for the second set, up to 8 if you possibly can. And then go up weight, so you're progressively overloading. That's obviously something we need to still carry because that third set, what is it really providing at that point? So I would say the job's done, and me personally, I would say for this exercise my threshold is probably 2 sets. Moved on. Let's say you've got leg extension now on the second exercise. Your rep range is now 12, for example. You get 12, 10, 10. And because you're doing this experiment phase, just to check, I would do another set. I would say, you know what, I'm close enough to 12. You need to wait for a big drop off to know that you're sort of done on the exercise. So now you have 12, 10, 10, and now you've only got 4. That's when you know, okay, so this leg extension that I do, I'm only going to do 3 sets on there. And as you go through your program over the week or 2, you'll figure out the exact rep ranges that would give you a good beginning point. So your exercise might look like barbell row, 2 sets, leg extension, 3 sets, pull-ups, 4 sets, I'm just doing it as an example, a squat, 2 sets. So you might even have one that you can only do one really, really well where you can apply yourself. And then what that will do is over the months and over the next weeks or months, what will happen is you'll see, okay, now we'll go back to the barbell row example. You're getting 10, or you're getting 8, sorry, and you're getting 8 again, and then you're lifting as heavy as you possibly can. You're not seeing a lot of back growth, you're eating well, you're sleeping well, and nothing's really happening. Then in comes set number 3. That's when it comes in there. You can either do it as a back off set if you want to, or you can just chuck it in as a straight set. And I wouldn't chuck it all across all your muscles. I would only suggest that you do it on the muscles that are lagging. So if you train for any length of time, you'll know it's not like a complete halt for all of your muscles at the same time. It's usually an exercise or two that will kind of stall. That's when you implement that in there. I'm sure there'll be holes that you can pick out in this method, I understand. However, this is the best method I found, because what this really does is, the really important thing is, it gets you in there and it actually gets you started, okay? A lot of methods I'm looking at right now, or a lot of things that people are prescribing is, oh, try 10, try 11, try 12 sets, try 6 sets. I personally think that's not enough for the average confused person to be satisfied with it, rather than them just chucking them into the mix, just throw them in. And do you know when you chuck the bird, what's that saying where you just lob the bird across the thing and it starts flying? I don't know what the saying is, but just chuck them into the ring and just fight. Just go ahead, don't think too much, or don't overthink things. Put your body on the line and apply yourself and try it that way. Because either a few things will happen. 2-3 weeks in, you're going to start burning out, or you won't be burnt out, but you'll be like, maybe I can do more, maybe I can do less. Either case, whatever happens, there'll be 100 other scenarios that can happen. You would have learned something about yourself. And that's the whole point. Okay, that's what I'm trying to come across, is the fact that all this is so personal that you need to find out your method, what would work for you. And the best thing personally, honestly, to do is train as hard as you possibly can for 1 set at least, and then build on top of that, rather than just chucking random numbers around the sets that you need to do and thinking, oh, my legs will grow more if I do 3-4 more sets. Well, if you're not training hard yet, fully to maximum as you possibly can, okay, this is going to be relative. Everyone's hard training looks different. Whatever you can train as hard as possibly can, or whatever satisfies you, when you finish a set, you don't look back at the machine and you think, oh, maybe I had another one in there, you know. But if you don't feel that, and you feel like you've maxed it out, you've given you 100% there, that's all you need to do, okay? That's all you need to do, and then build on that as a block. You can't listen to any subscriptions, you can't listen to anyone telling you what to do. Do not Israel your way through this. I'm not poking holes at him. He's a great gentleman, very fluffy gentleman. I like him. But all I'm trying to say is, just think for yourself. Because I feel like personally, like I've come on here on YouTube now. There's a million other people on YouTube. There's billions of other people on YouTube. They're all telling you different things. Do this, try that many sets, try this many sets. I'm more of a fan of trying to figure out what is working for you as a person, rather than saying, oh, because if someone asks you what you're doing, oh, I'm doing Jeff Nippard's plan. I just find that so sad. Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just sort of doing this program that someone's made for me completely. I mean, obviously, if you've got a coach, it's a different thing. Or if you're actually from a reputable coach, I'd be happy with that. So, Faz, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to say anything about your programs. Your programs are great. There's many, many great programs. But I just find it a bit sad when people say, I'm just doing this. And, oh, yeah. So, how do you, like, what's the volume? Oh, I don't know. Just set it on the sheet. I just feel like people should figure it out themselves. But yeah, if you guys enjoy this and you picked even something out of this video, please give it a like, subscribe and share. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.